Hey, welcome back to another VTubers. Hello, welcome back to another VTubers guide. My name's Hero. Oh, what the f was that? Hey, welcome back to another VTubers guide. My name is Hero. We're gonna be going over how I make my scenes in Shoost. This is gonna be a little bit of a long, rambling guide, and I have a script here, but every single time I try to read it, I start like flipping over my words for some reason. So if you hear me like stutter or say like a lot, I'm sorry. Either way, hopefully I can convey this information to you. I'm not the best teacher, but hopefully with this I can teach you a little bit of something. Start off with, we're gonna be making or remaking my radio studio. It's best for just chatting streams and can be used for other things like radio shows or like podcasts and stuff. And all the assets that I use are from a Japanese VTuber named Guriko Egaki. You can buy their set from their booth store for 3,000 yen or roughly like $20. I really highly recommend using Shoost. Not Shoost, using Booth. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I recommend using the Shoost too, because obviously that makes you watch my video and all that stuff. Anyway, but I highly recommend using Booth as well because it has plenty of like free and paid assets that you can use, and they're all very, very high quality. All right, first off, we got to get rid of these two things and turn off the green screen filter because who uses green screen anymore? We're going to be setting up the background layer, and since we're using this asset folder, I'm going to be referencing what to use in the folder. We're going to pick some backgrounds. There's a lot of them here. There's basically every color in the rainbow, but for our purposes, or my purposes, for my own aesthetic choice, we're going to be using this darker, kind of like warm-ish tone background and go from there. Next, we're going to set up the screen. You can use anything that you want. If you want to use a window capture, you can do that and get like YouTube videos up there, or if you're streaming like art or just want something in the background, like you're just playing Suika or something like that, you can put that there. And this is a commission I got a while ago. It's gonna take up the entire screen in a second. Hey, there we go. We're gonna scale that down. Oh, that's the wrong thing. We're gonna scale that down, make it so it like fits over there, move it up, and put it right there. So as you might notice, it kind of looks a little bit out of place. It kind of looks like it doesn't belong. You can like make it believable. Like if you squint at it or you don't look at it hard enough, you can make it. You can just kind of like forget that it's just there. So, but if you are against it, or it is really like bothering you, you can use these blending modes. Set it to add, and it kind of blends in with the screen. You can use multiplier, it'll darken that thing. Screen and add are basically the same thing. You can use them interchangeably, depending on the colors, but we're going to leave that as add. Oh, I just touched my mic. I'm sorry. Next up, we're going to be setting our chairs here. We're going to be working from the backmost to the frontmost of the area. And always like have like an idea of what you're going to be setting up ahead of time, because when you're making these scenes, these new layers, you cannot move them. If you make a mistake somewhere, you're gonna have to like start moving things manually, and it's just a hassle. So we're gonna be going back to that folder of ours, and we're gonna be going back to the inside folder, and I'm gonna set this up for collabs. So we're gonna be setting it up like this. We're going to be using these two chairs right here. So this is going to be more of a collab centered scene. So we're going to have two chairs here, one for you, one for your collab mate. If you're doing like a 4-person collab, you can add more chairs. I'm pretty sure this, yeah, there's up to 4 chairs here. Yeah. You can add a lot of different people here. So if you have a 4-person collab, you can put 4 chairs. If you just have 2 people, you just put the 2. So for now, we're just gonna put the 2 chairs. Next up, what goes here is our model. So if you don't know already, you should by now. To start spout capture, you simply just click this button, go back, go to the 3rd thing, and boom, your model's here. What's up? It's your boy. Hi, how you doing? We're going to be moving back here. Always move your model using VTube Studio. Never move it with Shoost. It just causes too many problems. Next up, we're going to be putting our table here. If you have your own desk, feel free to use it, but there's one over here in the in the pack, so we're just gonna use that. I'm gonna make it bigger so we don't have that weird handle thing. I'm gonna move it up a little bit. Also, we're gonna scale up the chairs a little bit, and we're gonna scale ourselves up. Also, remember to do it in VTube Studio. All right, moving on. We're gonna be decorating our desk now. So we're already on add layer 3, so we're running out of space. So be careful with like everything that you want, and like make sure you have the right amount of space left. But since I'm pretty sure we can make it, we're gonna put some papers down over here, make it a little bit messy, give it some more character. Next up, we're gonna be adding microphones. There are sets of 4 over here, so we can put like this here. Remember to click on the layer. That's a step from me, not you. Click on the layer, make sure that you have it set up, and you can move it. Since we're going to be doing collab, there's 4 mics, doesn't matter. To properly set up this as a collab, you can use VNet. Make sure that you have your character, you use VNet, don't use Video Ninja, simply because green screens are a thing of the past, and if you use them, why? Sorry, I'm really against green screens. It's just so much more worth if you're doing a VTuber collab, unless someone is not capable of using VNet, such as a 3D VTuber, or they're a PNG tuber. You could just put their PNG there. Moving on, we're going to be putting some more things on the desk. We're going to be going to the object folder. We're going to put down a water bottle, one over here, and we're going to put green tea for me. Oops. I messed up. It's fine. Water over there, green tea for me. Nice drink. We're at add layer 6. So we got to start focusing on the outskirts now. We're on add layer 7 now, so we're going to be putting the glass pane. Glass pane isn't really necessary, but it gives it a little bit of like character and depth. So I just put it right here, make it as big as I can, just move it up slightly because I don't like having too much of that white fog up there. Now, finally, we're on add layer 8. We're going to be putting the mixing room. Now, this doesn't look great. It looks like I'm a giant. But if we just scale this up and we move this over just a tad, give us some room. That screen can block us a little bit. That's fine. Just put it a little down here. Now we're going to start moving things up, just trying to rearrange the furniture a little bit. So we're going to move the chairs up a little bit more over here. We're fine where we are. Move the desk up a little bit so it can be seen. Put the papers up, give that character back. Mics can stay down there, but you can also move them up a little bit. Water bottle over here. Green tea. Where'd the green tea go? It's behind the thing. I can't grab it. See what I mean about like knowing what you're doing and having things already planned out? I didn't have this planned out, but I had a decent idea. There's the glass pane that doesn't have to move, and finally there is the mixing room. Now, this is serviceable all on its own, but obviously we have to add some color, because what's the point of using Shoost if you're not going to add the color grading? Normally, I use diffusion, but for this, I don't think it really fits, so we're just going to go to normal. The thing about Shoost is that it automatically blends the color of the background to your model, so we're a little bit drab right now, so we can add some color, maybe some brown. Maybe give it like a more homely, like comfortable look. If you want to make it a little bit more modern, you can make it a little bit blue. But usually white is a good way to go, and you can easily just ignore color altogether. But if you have a very specific kind of scene in mind where you want to be really super dark, you can do change the color filter there. Next, we're going to be using the camera. We're going to add a little bit of zoom, just a little bit, about 0.21. And then we're going to be adding the auto follow. that is the feature that a lot of people were confused about, where it can follow your model. Go find the layer that your model is on. This one is add layer 1. Change that over here. And now the camera will follow your model. If you move yourself in VTube Studio, it'll move the entire scene and make it look like the camera is trying to follow you. There's a little bit of like, it's not the best, obviously. Like if you look at the microphones, like if you focus really hard on the microphones, you see that they're like sliding over the paper and stuff like that. But if you don't really pay attention to that, or, you know, just the entire wow factor of it all, people won't really notice. I'm not sure how it works with 2 people up here, but it will follow one model on the screen and make sure that it just, you know, you can go over here, the camera will move there. If you move over here, the camera will move all the way over here. And this is basically the entire setup. This on its own is just serviceable, and this will work for anything you want to do. And obviously it'll make your streams a lot better. It'll make it more immersive. It'll make it, you know, just it makes it look cool, you know, makes it look cool, makes it look great. Yeah. A lot of the time, most of the setup comes to figuring out how a scene will come together and how it'll work. Once you get past the initial planning stage, and all you really have to do is just do it. You know, that one meme, just do it. You know, that Shoost by itself is an amazing program, but it's limited by your creativity and limited by obviously how many assets you can find. This is how basically I build every single one of my scenes. It literally just comes down to what's the mood, what's the idea, make it, and that's it. This scene is a schoolroom. You can use it for collabs, or you can use it for game shows like Are You Smarter Than Third Grader? This comes from a website called min-chi. What's the rest of the name? min.chi.material.jp. I'll have a link in the description, but you can basically just set this up and you can have 3 other people or 4 people with you, depending, and you can have a small little game show. You can draw up on the chalkboard with whatever else that you want. You can set it up. You can basically open up an art program, paint the entire background green, and then draw over it with white chalk thing to make it look like that you're writing on the chalkboard. You can do a lot of interesting little things. I'll try to demonstrate it right now. All right, so we're gonna try drawing on this chalkboard now. I'd have my tablet, so we're just using my mouse. But yeah, look. If you use this setup, you can use like a textured brush, and then you can draw on the chalkboard. You can write down different things. You just have to pay attention to where it is on your actual monitor. So be careful about that. But it's generally, you can usually make this work. So if you wanted to have a teaching stream, so like say Shoost. I'm writing with a mouse. I'm so sorry about my terrible handwriting. This is Shoost 101, everybody. Like, look at that. It's great. It's amazing. But if you want to have like a little game show, like Are You Smarter Than Third Grader? You can have something up there. But you can do a lot of things with stuff like this. This scene is a simple like carpooling scene that you can use. You can do Carpool Karaoke. You can just have a little bit of a just chatting stream and just have like a driving video on the outside. You can do a lot of things. Very simple. It uses, let's see, it uses 1 layer for the background. The layers, you can have someone back here. If you use VNet on one screen, you can have 2 people or 3 people in the back seat, and then open up your own model in the front seat by using the start without Steam batch file. And you could have, you know, a little bit of a driving thing. You can have a little driving RP stream as well. The set is also from min-chi, that min-chi website. Here's my bar scene. This is great for just chatting streams. You can use VNet to have multiple people behind the counter, or doing that same trick from the carpool thing that I said, where you open VNet on your main VTube studio and then open up your model on a different VTube studio, and therefore you can have 3 people in the front over here where these chairs are. You can have people over there, and you could be serving them while you're back behind the counter. Or you can just interact with your chat. You can give them drinks. You can listen to their problems. You can watch videos. There's the situations that you can use are many. So it's all up to you and your imagination on how you can do these things. This is the last scene I created. It's just a hot spring. It only uses 3 layers and 1 additional layer for this little sake bowl, but you can easily just get rid of it and just use the 3 scenes. It utilizes a weather effects and particle effects tab, but other than that, it's a very simple scene that basically anyone can do. This asset is also from Booth. I will link it in the description. Shoost is a very easy program to get lost in. Once you get past like the initial learning curve and learn what all the buttons do and just figure everything out, it's literally just about putting everything together and just finding new ideas and just trying to find the assets to make things work for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll try to get back to them, but otherwise, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.